But actually, I am excited for Batista to be back. This really opens up a lot of WrestleMania possibilities, and he's coming back just before the Rumble. I mean, some people think he could even potentially win the Rumble. Do you think he has a chance, or what do you guys think?
Chris Jericho came back before the Rumble last year. Everybody thought he was going to win the Rumble. He didn't. So history says I don't think so.
I think this is going to be kind of like how Kurt and Shawn got their feud going on at the Rumble. I don't know if you guys remember that, where one of them eliminated
or
the
like
other
Brock
one or something.
And Goldberg.
Exactly. We're probably going to see the Rumble as an opportunity for him to build his WrestleMania match with whoever it is, because I really have no clue. And personally speaking, I guess I'm looking forward to Batista. I didn't really expect it, so I still don't really know what to say about it. I mean, we've had about a week and a half, I think, since our last episode to really think about it. But, welcome back, Batista. And apparently he's gonna stay for a little while because you mentioned, Keith, that Jericho came back once. We were probably thinking that Batista was gonna come back part-time. So I want to sort of bounce it back to you guys. Are you happy that he's apparently going to be back full-time, or do you think he should have had a part-time role?
I'm definitely happy he's back on more of a Chris Jericho type schedule than a Brock Lesnar type of schedule. I think it's kind of, you see with Lesnar how they sort of have to dance around feuds and stuff with his limited appearances. So it's nice that, maybe Batista's only going to be back for 6 months at a time or something like that, but he's committed to those 6 months so he can have good feuds and have a lot of appearances on television and pay-per-views. So it's a much more fluid run than having to kind of break it up into small little bits. So I like that that's sort of the direction he's going.
Mm-hmm. The thing I'm kind of stumbling with is, where does Batista fit into everything? There doesn't really seem like there's a place. Like, do they just throw him straight into the the World Heavyweight WWE Championship picture? Or do they give him like some side feud and then it kind of like, in the end, it becomes some dull return that everybody forgets? I just don't see where he fits.
Really like, though, is if you look at sort of WrestleMania this year, it's still wide open for anything to happen. Last year, we all pretty much were expecting Cena wins the Rumble. We have twice in a lifetime. So things like everything was kind of set in motion, and we already kind of knew where it was going. So it's pretty open. They could go anywhere. Batista could face Lesnar. He could face Randy Orton. I think a lot of people are probably expecting that. He could face Triple H. We don't really know.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking more for after WrestleMania, though. Like, where does Batista fit into everything? Because he's coming, apparently he's supposed to come back for around 2 years, right? So
I think it's an on and off 2-year thing in between movies and stuff that he's filming. So I'm guessing after WrestleMania, he'll probably just work like a SummerSlam feud or something like that, and then he's supposed to take some break during the summer too, but they'll find a place for him.
I think, Keith, you were talking about like, where does Batista really fit? And I like that. I like the fact that, as Ryan mentioned, WrestleMania is still wide open. Anything could happen. And one of the things that I was thinking of during Raw is that, what if we hypothetically got our first multiple-man heavyweight championship match in a while? Especially now that, you got Randy Orton or whoever's champion, come WrestleMania. You got Brock Lesnar, who we'll be talking about later, who apparently wants a title shot. Then you got, maybe Daniel Bryan, you got Batista. You have enough guys to have like a good triple threat or fatal four-way match, especially now that, Batista's coming back. I don't think that he's going to come back for anything less than a championship run. So do you guys see him anywhere outside of that, or do you see him just right there in the championship picture?
I think I see either way, he's going to have a high-profile match for the card. He's not coming back for, nothing, like a mid-card feud or something. So I could see a championship match. I don't really necessarily like the multi-man matches for the World Heavyweight title. I feel like it kind of takes away from it. I think the more important feuds, it's always best just a one-on-one WrestleMania main event. I mean, there's been some good multi-man matches, but I always prefer, at least for match quality and feud purposes, that it be one-on-one. But There may just be too many. They might actually have too much star power for this show to not do a multi-man title match. I don't know.
But so say hypothetically we don't have the multi-man match. Given WWE's current roster, who would you actually like to see Batista face? You know, you got a Ryback who's somewhere. You know, he's somewhere. You got Curtis Axel. You got Biggie Langston. You got, I'm just naming guys off the top of my head, but given the guys that are here, who would you like to see him face?
Honestly, I would like to see Batista versus Lesnar. I don't know. I don't think we've ever seen that. Plus,
have we?
I would rather...
Don't think so.
A lot of people are expecting Lesnar to face Undertaker, so that would kind of leave open if they want to do John Cena Undertaker or something like that. So I would actually go with Batista Lesnar. I don't really want to see him face Randy Orton or Triple H or do any like old Evolution-esque feud. I think Batista Lesnar, that's a money match right there.
Hey, if you like this clip, you can check out full shows over at Bytethat.com, as well as iTunes and Stitcher by searching Bytethat. Also, send us questions through Twitter at ByteThatCast or email bytethatcast@gmail.com.